Hello, geeks. This is Brian Kui. I wanted to do a vlog since everybody's doing vlogs and maybe do a different type of format for the medical coding videos. Anyways, it is 7:02 a.m. I actually started work around 6 a.m. I have a weird schedule today, mainly because my daughter is digital. She is doing school from home, but she has part of her, I guess, schooling, a study group. And so I have to drive her to a study group that starts at 2:30. So in order for me as a parent to accommodate that, I have to wake up early. Normally I wake up around, like 9 o'clock. Well, I start my day at 9 o'clock and finish at 5:30. But for today, man, I had to wake up at 5:15, wake myself up. I wish I should have. It's kind of like a day in a life type of scenario, but I just started doing this sporadically. After watching a few videos. It's still early in the morning, but I'm watching a couple videos where they're doing a day in a life of a medical coder. So I might as well start doing some of these things because I'm using with this camera. This is the DJI Osmo Pocket. But anyways, my schedule today is work today 6 to 2:30, then drive my daughter over to her study group, and then her study group runs through to 4:30, and then right after that, as soon as I come home, I have to prepare for an AAPC meeting with local chapter. Gosh, it's so early in the morning. With Danville, Kentucky. So I will be filming that as well. Not the full video, but I guess just some scenes of me doing that video. Anyways, it's too dark because I have a ring light, but the sun is not even out yet. I'm not used to that. I usually have the sun out, but it's a wet weather day here in Central Florida, so I'm expecting a lot of rain for today. Anyways, that's enough for this entry. I'll see you guys later. So I thought I'd give you guys a tour of my office. Again, it's really early in the morning, but this is what I work with. At home. This is the setup that I have for tonight. I'm gonna actually be standing with my microphone here and just kind of bringing it over this way, and I got my camera here and so forth. This is my media station where I do most of the podcast editing and other stuff as well. But this is my work area right over here. I use the ring light for my video, but I use it for work. And so this is my setup over here for work. And over here is just a bunch of storage space. I have my, what is this called? Whiteboard for brainstorming ideas, anything that comes to mind. And for those that are watching this video, if you have any topics that you want me to break down, that's what I do. I like to break things down if I'm interested in a specific topic. This one here, it's going to be on information blocking. I kind of dug myself a deep rabbit hole into this because I spent the last weekend trying to figure out what it is. And my question is with information blocking is, why is this happening? And how does this relate to privacy? So that's something that I'm doing some research on for the next topic video. But in the meantime, I might as well do some vlogging as well. All right, so just got back from finishing work, taking my daughter to her study group and coming back. And now I am getting ready for a local AAPC chapter meeting with Danville, Kentucky. So this would be my first speaking event for the year. I just wanted to show you what my setup looks like, if you guys are wondering. I'm gonna flip this camera around. Now earlier I showed you my setup. It was so dark, but here it is in the light. So I have a L desk right here. I'm gonna start over here. I got my plants, everything here. Jo Koi, yo Jo Koi. So what I plan to do is I'm going to stand. I mean, I usually do my work over here, but I'm going to do the speaking standing. So what I did, first of all, I have a laptop here. This is my stand where my mouse and keyboard will be. This will be my microphone. Okay, this microphone connects to an audio interface. This is the Zoom H4n. Okay, that connects to my laptop, and that will be like a separate microphone. So if you set this up in a way with a USB from the microphone to the interface to the laptop, it'll recognize as a separate microphone. So when you're doing webinars, you could actually upgrade your audio by doing that. I have dual screens, one for the presenter mode and the other one for, I guess, when I do the Zoom meeting, so I could keep track of the chats. As far as lighting is concerned, I have an 18-inch ring light. I have another light over here. They're both from Newer. And then I have a camera. This is the Logitech. It's a HD 1080p camera. Hopefully later on when I do more speaking events and learn how to do streaming like Victoria Mall, I'll begin to use that. I think the software to use that is called OBS. So I'll be looking into that. So here is the setup for my speaking event coming up. I'll be back. After my presentation from the previous video, I could not find the camera, the DJI Osmo, anywhere, so I couldn't give you a kind of a recap. So what I'm doing now is getting ready to film for this channel. Today, or this week, is Health Information Professionals Week, and I wrote out a little script that I wanted to do. Very brief video just to talk about the Health Information Management Professional Week. It's the 32nd annual Health Information Professional Week, but this also marks my 20th year in healthcare, so I just wanted to commemorate that in this video. So before I even begin, what I want to do is kind of show you the setup that I have for making this video. So if you guys are interested in making YouTube video, I mean, any camera is great, but I did some research and stuff like that. It took me at least the most part of 2020 to figure out what to do and what to get. First off, let's start off with I'm going to go down here if I can. The audio. I have an audio mixer right over here. That's the H4n Pro. Whoops. H4n Pro. This is Audio Technica boom microphone. So those are connected separately. So I record both the sound and the video separately. So that's one unit. The camera that I use is over here. I use, well, you don't see it there, but it is a Sony A6000, and it's kind of hidden behind this teleprompter here that I have. I wish I could show you in another video, or another B-roll probably, but I use this specifically because I find it hard to speak in front of the camera. So in the meantime, I'm going to write out my scripts and just put it right over here, and it would show on the reflective side, as you could see there. So that is what I'm working with. And then I have lighting. I have natural light, of course. This is the front of my house in the office. This is an 18-inch ring light, and then to flip it around so that way you could see, excuse my messy office, this is where I am going to record. So it's about 11:41, almost midnight. I just videoed. I recorded the video, I edited, and a 4-minute and 17-minute video, uploading it to YouTube. I think I started at 6 o'clock, and it took me up until now to get everything done. So I'm actually getting faster with all of this stuff. It used to take me 3 days to edit, but I think I got editing down to 1 evening. So I'm actually getting better. So this is the next video for the Health Information Professionals Week. I'm about to upload that. So it's about almost midnight. I'm going to upload this and then go to sleep. Hey, good morning, everybody. I just posted all of these videos to LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram, and I'm looking at my thumbnail that I did, and I'm like, man, I need to whiten my teeth, man. So, I mean, do you guys have any recommendations for teeth whiteners? Golly, look at that. Look how yellow that is. I do brush my teeth, but I mean, I like drinking coffee. Maybe that's the problem, but yeah, I need to start I need to start whitening my teeth if I'm gonna be on camera. Jeez. So I guess I think this might be a little vlog with some rants. So I'm working on this case. Has nothing to do with coding or whatever. This is really more on the release of information. So the case that I'm working on, it's a 1-month stay, but the records that I received was just the ER notes and the discharge summary. So me as an auditor, how am I supposed to audit this correctly if I only have what happened in the beginning and what happened in the end? What happened to the middle? And that middle is about almost 30 days. So, gosh, with release of information, I think it's very important. And I've had this discussion with Sue Chamberlain on my podcast, but this is an example that with release of information, you guys need to read, or you guys need to understand. I believe they just gave an abstract, whoever the release of information person was, but now I have to send this back. I'm like, dude, can I get a month's worth of records so I can review this properly? I mean, I could be mean and just edit, I do an audit just as it is, but, we have to keep our integrity as an auditor because I want to make sure that I'm reviewing everything. So a whole entire month of records is what I need. All right, it's about 9:30. Let's see, I finished work, I cooked dinner, ate dinner, and now I just got finished editing the podcast interview for Not Also Classified. The next guest is part 2 of my interview with Marlegny Mourino. So what's happening now is I edited this. This was just the interview part. So this is just the editing, and now I am rendering that 1-hour episode. So it's going to take some time to render. And then the next thing I'm going to do next is mix it with the actual episode itself, do some sound balancing and mixing, making sure all the levels are right, and then I'm going to export it. So let's export this, and I will show you the full editing board here once this is all exported. All right, so I finally took this long part here. This is the interview, and I mixed it with the rest of the other tracks that make up the full episode of the Not Also Classified podcast. If you could see here, I have different tracks, the scratch in the beginning, the music, the intro music, the actual interview where I do the intro and the outro, the outro music. My daughter at the end, when she says medicalcodinggeek.com, you hear it right here. Hold on, let me zoom in for a quick second. She says it all the way back here.
medicalcodinggeek.com.
And so all of that is created as I'm trying to do this two-handed, the full episode. It is right now with my other hand, it's about over an hour. But yeah, this is what I do. I make sure everything is level with the sound. It's not going to clip, because if it clips, all of this will turn red down here. And let's just give you an example of, gosh, what am I doing? Of what it sounds like, in the beginning with the music. And so what I'm watching here is all of the levels, making sure it doesn't go any higher than what it needs. And so everything is playing through. And so I just watch it for a second and make sure everything is all right. And that's good enough. So all the stuff that I have here, I created the actual beats, but not the music. The music, I actually, if you guys are wondering, I took it off of YouTube. If you have a YouTube channel, you have what's called Studio, where you go into the studio part of YouTube, and they actually have a library of non-attributable music that you can use for your channel, but also I just use some of it for the podcast. So this is the full episode. It's going to be released tomorrow. This was a conversation with Marlegny Mourino. Great conversation. She had a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun just laughing on the podcast, talking about YouTube and the evolution of what educators should be doing. But anyways, check out that episode. I will link it in the bottom there. And that's it. After this, I'm going to upload this, actually export all of this out, and then put it into the website to be uploaded to the different platforms on the internet, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, etc. So after that, I'm going to sleep. See you guys later. Hey guys, it's Friday. I just finished work. Watched The Winter Soldier. Great ending. So right now, So I am cooking dinner. It's one of the things that I do after work. Got some sausages right here. These are ribeyes. And I got some mushrooms cooking. So that's what I do. I work, and I cook, and I eat. So this ends my week. Hopefully you guys have a wonderful weekend. Good morning, everybody. Today is Saturday. Yes, I do some work on Saturday. I woke up, did a 4-mile walk, and now I am preparing for my next podcast interview for the Not Also Classified podcast. Today on this podcast recording, I have Stacey Torturica. Is that how you say it? Stacey Torturica. She lives out in Spring Hill, Florida. She is the CEO of Stalking Horse. So the way I usually do my podcast interviews is just 3 questions. Where did you come from? What does the future hold? And what best words of advice? And usually the first question, it sets the tone for other questions. It opens the door for other questions. And I'm looking over at her. And I don't want to say Instagram, her LinkedIn profile, and she has quite an extensive job history. Specifically, what I'm more interested in is her work as a CDI, and her job as an ambulatory CDI specialist. So what's interesting with that is that I was a CDI specialist for inpatient, and I have a lot of questions on the ambulatory side, the outpatient side. So expect some questions on that. I'll be asking her questions on how she got started with Stalking Horse, her company. Why did she name it Stalking Horse? That's another question that I have. She also is a YouTuber, so if you want to check her out on her channel, I believe it is Stalking Horse. I will link it in this YouTube video. So yeah, I'm waiting. It's about 4 till 9. I'm preparing now mentally. But also my equipment, which I probably have shown you so many times, so I'm not going to show it to you, but I will be doing that, and I'll see you guys in the next entry.